You see, your tongue is like like a little dick. Your tongue muscle is like your dick muscle. So I was gonna try to make this video for you guys outside, but there's so many bugs. It's so beautiful. I was gonna show you, but can't. All right. So, all right, we're gonna talk about something very important, and I have never seen anyone else talk about this stuff, but my unique experience, because I've mentioned to you guys I have a lot of chronic pain, and all those different doctors and practitioners and ideologies that I've seen, I've learned a lot about the body and how retention actually can change depending on many factors like genetics, but also like your structure and if you have issues. So like braces can affect your retention journey. Some people's 30 days could be 90 days. Some people's 30 days can be like 2 days. Just because there's so many different factors: diet, exercise, mindset, because your mind can change your hormones and your serotonin levels and all these things. What's going on? Do you have a purpose? Are you focus? What things are you focused on? Like all this can affect your cells. Your cells are listening. Your cells are alive, like a plant. You talk to a plant a certain way, the vibration and the feeling of the plant was gonna either survive or die. Same with your cells. That's how people can create diabetes, blood pressure. They can create cancer for themselves because trauma and it keeps you stuck in a loop of behavior and thoughts and patterns and cycles. So all these things are very important when retention. It's a whole system that you have to have in order to make sure every day is like it's work. You can't just sit around and do nothing. You have to like get your diet on point, your exercise, your mind, which you have to everything you're consuming, what you're hearing, what you're watching, listening, what you're eating. All these things are going to affect your cells and how much power you're getting back, right? But this video is gonna be more about your connection with your jaw, your tongue posture, and how that relates. All this is related to your pelvis. Your pelvis holds your reproductive organs and your testes, and how that, if there's a distortion, a dysfunction up at this part of the chain on your body, it's gonna affect down here. And that's what's happening to me. You see all my videos from like 30 days, 60, 90 days, I was being 100% honest, authentic with you. But I see now, because my issue I've always talked about pain that I have, but I see now with the chiropractors I'm with, and I have an appliance in my mouth that's correcting this, but I've had a dysfunction here. So up here, right, the head, and then your pelvis, if there's a dysfunction here with your head, your atlas, your upper cervical, you're up here, and then your jaw's messed up, you have TMJ, you have tongue tie, all these kind of things. If there is a distortion, it's gonna affect down the chain, down your spine, and it's gonna affect your pelvis, and this is where retention comes in. This is affecting how all this is being reproduced. The cerebral spinal fluid is very important. That's from your brain. If you have a concussion or brain issues, cerebral spinal fluid and seminal fluid is very connected, and that is the basis of this video. That's the biggest topic, because you're upgrading your brain power, how you think, your creativity, your spirit to source, all these things, because you're retaining. And because retention is not just a fluid that your physical body is affected by, your emotional body, your mental body, your spirit, your aura, your ojas, all these things it's so intertwined, connected, and it's deeply spiritual as well. So you experience benefits at different stages, and they start to get from like physical to metaphysical, from physical to like a lot of things. Like people can feel you from like across the country. You're here in America, and then somebody in Turkey can like, oh, I feel this guy's momentum. I feel this guy's upgrading and leveling up. How does the person, and they reach out to you. How does that happen? You're not anywhere near locally. It's that type of stuff. It's through time and space. It's like we're all connected. And if you go deep enough, I try not to lose you guys because this is deep. You or sitting here, right here, and you're actually connected to everyone else. Like, you're connected to them. There's no physicalness. It's all in the spiritual. All right, so that's another topic a little deeper. So the connection is the better you retain and the better cells you can reproduce with what you do. You're going to, it's this part, again, back to this, your pelvis and all this is connected. Now it's going to travel up to your brain, right? Through breath. That you're getting on the cellular level with breath, you're moving it up. So you're getting like the aura and the energy of your retention. You're moving it up, like Kundalini, you're moving it up to your brain. So if there's a distortion, like they got us with braces, different things, like they mess you up here. If you're not eating the proper foods, your jaw development will be affected. Pacifiers, soft baby foods, breastfeeding or no breastfeeding, all these things are going to affect the development of your tongue and your jaws. And if there's an issue with your bite, you can't bite down, you can't have stability here, and your tongue can't be fully developed, and there's instability here, there's going to be instability down here. So your level of retention, the kind of sperm cells you're reproducing is going to be affected. You see what I'm saying? So see how it's all connected? So you have an issue up here, you have TMJ issues, then your cerebrospinal fluid can be affected. You can have a leakage. You can have, even if you practice retention, it may not be 100% like the potential. You see, so my 30 days, my 60 days, 90 days, they could have been, like the 30 days could have really been like realistically like a 10-day for me. And I'm like, oh my God, I feel a lot of benefits. So you see how powerful it can be. A person who's like very healthy, their 30 days can feel like someone else's 90 days because they're reproducing well and there's no blockage, there's no disconnect in the channel. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta look into this stuff. If you have any jaw issues, if you had braces, if your bite is off, if this doesn't shift well, which is what I have. So look at my mouth, right? Hold on. It gets stuck. So all that is going to affect all these bones and muscles and all that stuff. And then if there's a blockage, like the fluids in your brain all can be affected. How the quality of fluid, if there's any leakages, if there's everything's being held, retained up here. And also, and then you start doing retention and it's supposed to upgrade the quality of those fluids. But there's a disconnect, then you're not going to be experiencing retention to the fullest capacity. You see? So you got to make sure your tongue is good, your jaw is working well. You know, look into, if you guys have any like braces, look into like, because straight teeth doesn't mean you're going to have an aligned bone structure and like your cranial bones. It's so deep. So I want you guys to be aware of that. That's the point of this video. Everything's connected. If you have a dysfunction in your head, neck, jaw, tongue, you guys look, if you have a tongue tie, can you move it? You can move it all the way up. And how much can you keep it up there while you move your jaw down, right? So all these things you got to pay attention to. Now, once you fix that, and then your breathing's right, you don't have like sleep apnea, you know, all these kinds of things, then when you start practicing retention, you'll feel it a lot more. So I feel my retention streaks and potency a lot more now. Like my 30 days now is more potent and powerful than my 30 days when I made the videos years ago. It's very different. It's almost like every 1 day is worth 2 to 3, 4 days of potency and quality. Like you start to level up and progress in life a lot faster once you get this situated, for me personally. So, and I'm bringing you this message again because my chronic pain, I'm still experiencing chronic pain, but I'm experiencing semen retention in a chronic pain state. My body's not 100% functional and healthy. And then now I'm like at this point in my healing before I get to like fully healed, but like here, and I'm experiencing retention at this state. There's gonna be a point where I'm gonna start, my body's gonna be a lot better, my jaw is gonna be more straight, and I'm doing retention here, and then it's gonna be when it's all straight and aligned and no scoliosis. and then retention is going to be off the charts. And I just feel it right now. Like I feel like I'd be striving, progressing so much in life. So all this to say is like, I want you guys to pay attention, because some people experience streaks and they go 30 days and don't feel anything. That's not, the answer is not as simple as like retain more. I mean, it is, but there could be something in your body that's not allowing the retention to stick and hold. You see, you might have leakages in other ways, and it may not be seminal leakage like wet dreams and stuff. It could be that like brain fluid, or hormonally it's not capturing. You see what I'm saying? And it could be so many problems. So I'm talking to you on retention from a scientific or anecdotal, like what I've learned with all these chiropractors and doctors. Like they have their modality, and like when you add retention to that mix, you see how powerful it is, but you also see how it's like, so I'm coming to you from like an experience but scientific way also. It's just not in the literature, but we all know it. And when you practice, you know it's 100% real. It's probably just ancient knowledge, or like kept from you because it's so powerful, and you're gonna go to the top. So yeah, take a look at that. Appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll try to answer the best I can. I have been through many with a lot of people, and your jaw. Look at the previous like humans that were here, and look at their jaws and their teeth. What was their diet like? You know, like mewing is a thing, right? So like when you have like hard foods, I was reading, you'd tear it off like and pull, and that would cause your jaw to develop differently than it is now, because we don't have that. We have forks and stuff and we just eat, so we don't have like a pulling sort of mechanism in our way of eating. So the bone growth is going to be smaller. So our jaws as humans were bigger back then, and so imagine bigger jaws, bigger tongues, how much strength that would add to your body. So that's going to affect your hormones, and then amount of seminal fluid that you can reproduce. And like, see, all this jaw is connected to, like, your jaw is equivalent to like your testes down here. You see, your tongue is like a little dick. Your tongue muscle is like your dick muscle. All that stuff. You know what I'm trying to say? I know it sounds funny, but you see what I'm trying to say. So you connect the two. If you have a dysfunctional tongue, you might have a dysfunctional dick. It's possible. And again, everyone's different. Everyone's affected very differently. So I'm not here to diagnose anything or do that jazz. Just, I want to keep you aware. All right, see you.